Okay, so more Heisenberg. Gonna look at getting there from an armbar, or when he defends the armbar. He just goes there, perfect. Okay, so a wee bit of John Danaher stuff to start with. Let's just say I broke the cross grip here and started to pull Ryan's arm across his body. I'll probably make a grip on the shoulder, foot comes on the hip, start to turn the angle. The problem is, for me to get the armbar, my left leg has to travel a big distance from here to get over his head. And probably while I'm doing that, Ryan's pulling his elbow back and then he's swinging. That's not the end of the world. Of course, we can switch to omoplata, we can switch to Heisenberg. Let's just go over getting to the top lock position first. So even though he's got his main primary arm grip, which he'll probably be playing in gi, okay, I'll make the cross grip, but I'm not going to break this grip. I just want Ryan's right elbow slightly inside my left hip. How am I going to do that? From there, I'll start to pull it across slightly, and then I'll pull with my knees till I get Ryan at 45 degrees. Danaher calls this the 45 inside. Think about when I have Ryan down here, call that 0 degrees. If he's postured 90, we want him at that angle. The best angle to attack from close guard, all your cross chokes and arm bars, triangles, is when you get them at 45 degrees about there. So he's made the grip, I make the cross grip, I might even lift my hips and just guide his elbow inside my hip. Then I make the important grip on the cross collar. Now I'm not pulling him down, I'm just guiding him. My knees pull till I get him to 45. Now from here I open. Okay, the leg that goes on the shoulder, it's not just a big jump into the top lock. The leg that doesn't go on the shoulder climbs halfway up his back. This allows me to lift my hip, and I want the back of my left knee over his right shoulder. I need that connection. Once I'm there, I curl down on my heel, my second foot comes over. Notice the way that has covered the leg that's on the shoulder. Okay, and now I've got Ryan in what's called the top lock. Think of it as a controlled position. If I'm here, Ryan's going to move around, do this stuff from there. This is a very, very difficult position to get out of. Even if he tries to stack me from there, I can lift my hips, and I'll keep that. This grip now is controlling this posture. I just connect my left elbow to my hip. Do yourself, girl. Difficult. And when the moment's right, in one movement, I cover his wrist. And then I open my legs, and now my left leg has to travel such a small distance. I'll also continue to break his posture. The minute I open, my right heel hits him on the back of the head. Pull your arm out, and now from there, that leg comes over, and then I have the armbar. Detail on finishing the armbar from this position, he will start to stack. He'll put his right foot on the mat and start to bring my knee towards my head. Yes. Take it back a step. Do it now, bro. I just lift my hips. Yeah. And then I can find this wrist and I have him. Another thing, detail we can when we're thinking about it is, notice the way my heels are higher than my knees. When I lift my hips to finish the armbar, I want my heels lower than my knees. And my butt is off the mat. Let's get another angle this side. So we're here, he's made that grip. I'm going to get the cross grip. I'm not even trying to break this grip here and pull it an arm across, because the minute I do, he knows I'm going for the armbar. He's pulling it straight back. So I let him keep that grip. All I need is his elbow slightly inside my hip. So I make the cross grip. I'll just pull my knees and get a slight movement of his elbow on the inside. Then that hand grabs the cross collar grip. I don't pull him. To get him to 45, my knees bring him down. And to keep him down, I open, so it's my right leg first, the one that's not going in the shoulder, goes halfway up the back, and then I lift my hips, and I need the back of my left knee over his right shoulder. To cover that, then my other foot comes over, and then I just pinch. So this is called the top lock position. Get good at getting to this position. Now I need angle. The other thing Ryan might do from here is he might do the Madeline on defense. He can release with this hand find his bicep here, okay, and now from this position he can hide this hand. So this is the one that I want to armbar. His other arm now can just basically hide that. So now if I try to armbar that, it's very, very difficult. Take it back a step. He's made his grip. From there I just cover his wrist and grab my own lapel. Do your Madeline on defense now. See the way he can't even, he can't even use that right hand anymore. Now I need angle. So to get angle, I don't put my foot on his hip. I just put my heel in the back of his head. See the way I've cut a slight angle? And then from there, in one movement, my leg only has to travel this distance. Then 2 hands back to the wrist, thumb up, I lift my hips. Now he will want to stack, and I want him pulling his arm out because I want to get the Heisenberg and then the Heisenberg sweep, which is the topic that we're covering. The minute he puts his right foot on the mat and starts to pull his arm out, I'm already making that cross grip. So that hand that had the wrist just finds the other sleeve. I lift my hips and then I bring my left knee inside as my hips drop to the mat. And now from that position, I'll bring my foot underneath his chest, make the grip on the pants. Nothing's really changed from this position. Okay, we are into the Heisenberg and I am looking for the Heisenberg sweep. So I just lift my hips and bring them over. Just butt scoop this way, bro. Okay, so last time we looked at mounted triangle. So as I pull this into my hip, I post my hand on the mat. To get the mounted triangle, I'm back stepping and I need to make that connection of my knee and my heel around his head. We just change the angle, just keep walking this way, bro. Another wee bit, perfect. So once I'm here, I want to back step and make that connection. But Ryan knows this, he's got a free right hand. The minute I back step, his hand is stopping me making that connection. So my free left hand is just going to find his arm and I'm going to basically pluck it, find that elbow, and now I need to change my angle. So I'm turning perpendicular. I put his arm underneath my armpit and now from here I just lift my hips. You need to verbally shout this one because both arms are tied up in this position. It's nicknamed the shotgun arm bar. Let's get another angle on that. So, from close guard, he's made his grips. Okay, I make the cross grip, and then from here I'm not interested in breaking this grip because the minute I try to break that grip, he knows I'm going to be arm barring. He's going to be pulling that arm back, and now I've lost the open elbow. So think about this. I find the tricep. I pull with my knees. I'm not breaking the grip. I'm just slightly getting his elbow on the inside. And once I get his elbow on the inside, my arm comes across. Now, again, sometimes you see the way there's a bend in Ryan's arm. Sometimes people will lock that arm straight, and they not let me bend it. If that's the case, when I make that important gi grip on the other side, I can use my elbow to get a slight bend in it, and then I pull with my knees to get him to 45. Once his right elbow is inside my hip and I have him in 45 degrees, we go to the top lock, a control position, open and start to climb until I get into the top lock, and then I cover the leg that's on the shoulder with my leg that's under his armpit. And the next thing I want to be thinking about is covering the wrist so he can't do his model layout defense. And then to get angle, I just open and put my heel on the back of his head. Now I'm looking into his left ear and I just swing that over. To finish the arm bar, I just find the wrist and lift my hips. That concept of getting my heels lower than my knees. But let's just say it was sloppy. As he starts to pull his arm out, my left hand gets the cross grip on the arm that I still have. My hips are high, I find his pants, and now as my hips drop, I just bring my shin inside, and I want my shin across his chest here. We just turn, perfect. So now we just launch the Heisenberg sweep, which we've covered. So again, from there, you just bring his head down and launch him. Just flip scoop this way, bro. Turn here, turn. So once I'm here, I pluck the elbow. We're looking to get the omoplata mount. This comes in deep, all the weights in my right hand for base. I'm looking to back step to bring my knee over his head and move into the mounted triangle. Just keep turning this way, buddy. Ryan's going to stop that. The minute I back step, his hand finds that leg. See the way he's pushing it away? I keep the weight of my right hand and my hand just finds this gi, and then from there I'll come over and pluck it. Okay. Once I pluck it, I want to change my angle. So I'm more at 45, I'm turning to get perpendicular. My hand finds his elbow, I bring it under my armpit. I'm still staying tight here, and then I clamp my elbow back to my body. And now from there I just engage my hips. Shotgun armbar. Good nickname. Let's get one more angle on that one, bro. Let's get way down here. So, he's made the grip. I get the cross grip. I just get that 2-on-1. I'll start to try and get his elbow on the inside. Once I have his elbow on the inside, I'm looking to see, is this arm bent or is it straight? Doesn't really matter. I'm still looking for that. If his arm's straight, just straighten that arm. I can bend it with my arm. Right, but then I'm pulling with my legs. Once I get him at 45 inside and his elbow's on the inside, I open and I just start to climb and get into the top lock position. I'm pinching with my knees, and then I'm going to start to attack the arm. So as I cover the wrist and I'm looking to get angle, maybe I was sloppy. And as I start to bring my leg over, he's pulling his arm out. Immediately, this is the way I've lifted my hips and I've found that cross grip. Once I'm there, find the pants, transition to Heisenberg. I just drop my hips and bring my knee underneath his armpit. And then I just launch with the Heisenberg sweep. Once I'm there, crush him with your butt. Pull the arm to your left hip, control the elbow, post your hand on the mat, and from there we're looking for omoplata mount. So I get my hips underneath his left armpit, left shoulder, but when I go to back step, he stops it with that arm. All the weight has to be in your right hand, but he's still carrying my weight. So I just reach through and find that arm, and basically lift my leg and pluck it, stick it under my armpit. Now I need to change my angle so I can get perpendicular. Notice that I'm moving up his body. So I'm like a T, capital T. Keep your hand on the mat, pinch your elbow back to your body, connect your knee and heel with his head in between, and then just lift your hips. Yeah. So that is armbar transition. When he pulls his arm out, we can go to Heisenberg, hit the Heisenberg sweep, and finish with a shotgun armbar.